Hey guys, it's Alyssa here from the Reddit reaction stories, and you're watching Rated T for TTRPG.
What do we got today?
Alright, it's called Band in Daggerford. This was more of an issue of misunderstandings and lighthearted shenanigans than a true horror story. Our DM has been giving us some side quest on our way to Waterdeep to find out about our main MacGuffins in the story, and this led us to Daggerford. Our main characters: me, Tiefling Oath of Dovation, Paladin of. Is that Ilmater?
Paladin of Ill Matter. Weird.
Ilmater. Okay. Born in Rashman. Rashman?
Born in. Yeah, Rashman.
Oh, okay. Anyways, important note, he is 19 years old and has been sheltered since he joined the clergy. A monk, a Goliath Way of Shadows monk, rough around the edges but seems to care about the party. A rogue, human arcane trickster rogue, new player, bit of a murder hobo, but also the player is a literal child and is still learning, so we're helping him out. Oh, nice.
I need to
the
know
way
how
he,
old this child is to be a murder hobo.
the way he worded that, and then fighter, human eldritch knight, the voice of reason in the group, and then the DM. The DM fairly chill, but not afraid to let players fuck around and find out. Damn.
Yes.
All of that.
Get murdered.
Exactly. So we had pursued a plot involving the Red Wizards of Thay because my character, being Rashmi, has backstory beef with them, but because of the bureaucracy, our investigation was sort of on hold, and the town's festival was halted by a storm. So Monk and Rogue look for tavern games, and Fighter goes to read by the hearth and drink. My paladin wants to go help the homeless, but is told that they are locked away till the festival is over, because it looks bad to the visiting lords. He is reassured that they are warm and fed, prompting him to ask why they can't be all the time. He is told the Duke doesn't care about them, only about profit, so Paladin is sad and goes to pray for guidance on how to proceed. Monk feels bad seeing Paladin so down, and he and Rogue are a little drunk, so they formulate a plan to punish the Duke for being such a shitty person. Damn. They decide they're going to steal a chicken and some manure, sneak into the
Is that a
manor,
chicken?
right? And tar and feather the Duke with it, getting him to chase them and then fall down the stairs, which they plan to grease with butter. Awesome. Fighter, noticing they're pretty drunk. Were
It's
you
like
gonna
a
say something?
Scooby Doo trap.
I know! I was just thinking about that. I was like, I like that they're using butter to do the
Yeah.
stairs. Fighter, noticing they're pretty drunk, decides to tag along to keep him out of trouble. But shockingly, even at a disadvantage, because they're drunk, they're rolling better than him and he loses track of them. They succeed at gathering their agents and manage to sneak all the way up to the foot of the stairs to the bedrooms when their luck runs out. Damn.
Jeez.
The Duke's young son is out of the bed and on a decent perception roll, smells the cow manure. Rogue passes his stealth check, but Monk fails, and the kid sees him. Wait, what? The monk goes subdue the witness, but unfortunately crits on both rolls. Our DM table rules are in the damage is more than twice the target's health. They die regardless of whether or not you can call or you called non-lethal. The kid's neck is broken, and the rogue and monk freak out slightly in character, but are still drunk and still want to follow through. Love that. So they break the rest of the corpse limbs and leave him at the bottom of the stairs so it looks like he fell.
Uh,
Uh, awesome. Wow. They manage to grease the stairs, and the rest of the plan goes as they wanted it to. The Duke is utterly humiliate. Oh my god,
humiliated.
can't. I still can't say it.
Humiliated.
Humiliated. It took me like five
humiliated.
I'm
He's humiliated.
Aladdin! And Clawbird with shit and feathers and using Monk's darkness, they escape into the night. Paladin and Fighter hear the commotion going on in town as alarms are raised. Oh god, here it goes. Fighter is suspicious, but Paladin rolls low on insight and believe it's the Red Wizard sending a message. Oh. Rogue and Monk want to leave town, but now Paladin and Fighter insist on staying to discover what happened and help any way they can. After the session, the DM informs us that we won't be able to do the second half of this side quest. Oh god.
You messed it up. You messed it
That's
all
always
up.
what happens. Because once they resurrect the sun, he will be able to identify Monk. So effectively, we are unofficially banned in Daggerford. Oh god, that is
Oh no!
terrible.
Oh no!
I love when I kind of love when that happens. You do, like side quests, but it's like
No, that's awesome because then no, we just have to sneak around in
yeah,
Daggerford.
yeah.
That's awesome.
And it says the kicker: the Red Wizard plot was incidental, and my paladin's backstory trauma caused him to make a bad judgment call that led to all this. Oof.
That sounds like a really fun
Yeah,
DM. I
I
like that. That's good stuff.
actually do really like that.
That one was fun. Well, today we've got two, and the next one is The Toll Troll, aka the story of how I fell in love with my D&D group. Now this sounds like a good story.
Yes.
We get a lot of stories of games going to shit because of people being terrible. So today, I thought I'd lighten the mood and bring you all a tale of how inexperience and a lack of foresight derailed an entire session in a way we all laugh about to this day, even if it's not entirely a horror story. Okay. We're around level 2 or 3, playing 5e, and was having a blast with my first ever TTRPG. The GM thought it would be fun to include a little social encounter to break up the monotony of travel. We came to a bridge spanning a deep chasm, which was being guarded by a troll. To our surprise, the troll was friendly and only asked for a small amount of gold to cross. After some questioning, we discovered he's using the gold to maintain the bridge.
Mm.
So we're all happy to pay the troll and move on with our day. All of us, except the sorcerer, that is. There's always one player who's not down for the
Yeah.
direction of the story. For reasons I doubt he even remembers, our sorcerer insisted on questioning the troll further, almost interrogating him even. Sorcerer started demanding to find out what happens if you don't pay the toll.
Oh goodness.
Simple, you don't cross the bridge. It was at this point our party noticed the clearly humanoid bones nearby. The more talkative players started insisting that Sorcerer just pay the toll the rest of us had already paid so we could move on. I, meanwhile, sat and watched in horror as I was too much of a socially anxious bundle of nerves back then to get involved. We already had a few close calls this campaign and didn't want to fight this guy. The sorcerer didn't relent. He went on to say, how dare the troll kill travelers, while the troll insisted he only killed those who tried to cross without paying. Oh, okay.
Fun.
So that all makes perfect logical sense. This back and forth went on until Troll is done with being insulted by the sorcerer. The troll backhanded him,
Uh,
damage was rolled, and the sorcerer immediately goes down. Roll initiative.
oh my god. That's so good.
Oh man, I'm tired. You really want to keep talking to this guy? All right. Schmack. Except this was not supposed to be a combat encounter. The GM told us to go get drinks, nip to the loo, and whatever while he goes and finds a troll stat block.
Oh goodness.
The players who had some D&D experience shared a knowing look that conveyed enough that even me and my inability to read social cues recognized the level of trouble we were in.
No.
Yeah, a troll's gonna wipe a level 2 to 3 party. Short break over and combat ensued. Paladin focused on getting the sorcerer up, only for sorcerer to be knocked out immediately again on the troll's next turn. The rest of us were focusing on damage and honestly weren't really getting anywhere because our only character with fire damage was the unconscious
Hey, that's
sorcerer.
me, because I'm bad at rolling.
This is so good. We need an escape or a TPK was very possible. Even the GM was getting nervous. The bard had the great idea of casting Tasha's hideous laughter, and thankfully the troll failed the save.
Oh, thank
One
goodness.
by one, as their turns go by, the other players get off the bridge, with Paladin dragging the unconscious sorcerer with him,
Wee.
deeming it not worth the effort to try another lot of healing. Oh man, that reminds me of the time that you were a bomb and just
Yeah,
tossed yourself.
I love it.
The only people remaining on the bridge was Cleric, my ranger,
Mm.
and the troll who was still on the floor laughing. The cleric's player turned, looked me in the eyes, and said a phrase that still fills me with dread over 8 years later.
8 years old.
Do you trust me?
Oh
Oh,
no.
no, no, no.
Oh.
All I could think of were the memories of our first session where Cleric killed a bandit with a hug and a rather unhealthy dose of inflict wounds. No, but you're gonna do it anyways.
Oh, that's so good.
Cleric turned and slashed the support ropes to the bridge. The bridge dropped out from
No.
under our feet. The troll plummeted into the darkness, and after the two most nerve fraying dex saves I've seen rolled, our characters were dangling from the remnants of the bridge.
Oh my
We
god.
climbed up while Paladin once again healed the sorcerer, and Sorcerer vowed to never treat Constitution as a dumb stat again.
Lesson learned, I guess.
Now we had a new problem. Half the party was on either side of a chasm so deep we couldn't see the bottom,
Oh no.
and we just destroyed the only bridge for miles around. Despite two people no longer playing with us due to other commitments, we still play as a group to this day. Sorcerer evolved into a fantastic GM who took us through an amazing 5 year long campaign from levels 4 to 20, but we still won't let him live down dumping Khan and starting a fight with a troll in that first campaign.
I love that.
Oh man,
That sounds
those
fun.
were great stories, and I love that set. That sounds like some good dungeon masters and players that are ready to have some fun.
That was some lighthearted stories, to be honest.
Yeah, I liked those ones. Those were some non D&D horror stories. They're far more lighthearted, so I don't really, even though they're in the horror story category, I don't consider them horrors. So let us know what you guys thought.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love those. And those were two really good ones to show how much fun you have if the dungeon master just lets you guys have fun.
Yes.
So, have a good one.
See ya.
Remember to toss the ball.
Oh yeah.
There it goes. Uh,
Hmm? Oh, hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that, well, good. There's more to come. Consider subscribing and eat that like button. It's delicious. Oh. Mm.